Hey everyone, so 4 more days till NPC universe, and I know I haven't done a daily vlog. I just haven't had the energy, and I needed to stay very focused, tunnel vision on what I need to do every day, cardio, rest, training, meals, work, so it's that. But today is going to be my last leg workout. It's a pump focused workout. I dropped weight last night, so I'm getting a little bit of a carb bump post training today, which will be much appreciated. As you can tell, I'm exhausted, and I've been taking time to read, write, journal, watch movies. I've been watching the Harry Potter series again on HBO before it expires, so that's been nice. And trying to up my sleep game. And that's actually a topic I want to talk about today.
Number 56, Caroline DeMesquita.
A lot of people that I know, whether they're clients or friends, family, that struggle with getting good sleep. When you're in the middle, and especially towards the end of competition prep, your sleep goes to hell. And a few reasons for that, one being your HPA axis and the adrenal glands being off, so your body's trying to figure out why you're overdoing everything. You're under eating, you're overtraining, you're doing cardio, your body's on fire, right? So that's one. Two is the cortisol from that. So if your cortisol is being increased, a lot of people experience waking up in the middle of the night, especially between 2 to 3 a.m. If you wake up a little bit later, I believe that's a sign for either the liver or the lungs. There's like a clock that you can see, like what time you're waking up, what it can correlate to which body organ. So this is the only prep so far that I've actually been able to sleep like through a certain number of hours in the night. Last year and then in 2019, my preps, I would be waking up like every single hour. It was brutal and very difficult to drop weight and drop body fat. So I've got clients that are trying to lose weight or body fat and do body recomposition. I also have people that might be working an irregular schedule, and the circadian rhythm's getting flipped, and maybe you work night shift 3 days a week, and then the rest of the week you're kind of in a weird limbo. Do I sleep in and then stay up at night, or do I try and go to bed at night? So a few things when it comes to getting good sleep. First and foremost, set good sleep habits. So if you know that you need 7 to 8 hours of sleep to function that next day, set an alarm on your phone to make sure you go to bed by a certain time. And then also know how long it takes you for your pre-bed routine. For me, it's usually like 20 minutes for me to brush my teeth, wash my face, get my fan turned on, make sure the temperature's turned down, make sure that the light blocking curtains are shut. All those little things go into my pre-bed routine. Another helpful tool is not using smartphones and looking at blue lights super late at night, especially an hour before bed. I know there's blue light blocking glasses, I get that. These ones are not. I have a pair that I wear. However, there are different levels to the blue light blockers. So you can have a pair that's clear lenses. Those are great during the day looking at the computer screen, looking at your phone screen. But if you aren't using lenses that are yellow tinted at night, you're actually not getting that full protection to help keep that melatonin high enough so that your brain isn't getting triggered to stay awake and stay awake. So something else to implement is a good pair of blue blocker glasses. That's something I need to get, but haven't gotten there yet. A few other things that I've been worrying about. So when you're thinking about like getting this good sleep routine, I also recommend to people don't eat at least an hour before bed, ideally 2 hours before bed, your last meal. You also don't want to drink alcohol. Oh, I know you're going to say, but Caroline, it makes me fall right to sleep. Well, studies are showing that that sleep you're getting into is actually not deep sleep, and the REM cycle itself is actually shortened. So even if it's a shot of whiskey or a beer or a glass of wine, sometimes it's nice because it can do a dopamine response, but we're also seeing not as good side effects from the overall sleep cycle that there has been research on. So when it comes to before bed, some supplementation that I use that has been helping me this prep as well as outside of prep when it's just off season, I use a few different things. So first and foremost, you can do this any time of day, which would be a CBD. So I use ArborVita8, and they've got several flavors, several options, and this brand, I actually know the co-owners of the company. They are sourcing it out of a local greenhouse, and they're building amazing facilities to promote quality CBD product. And so you can do just a regular tincture that does not have THC, and then the deep sleep, which also doesn't have THC. Another option would be to use a THC product, but from studies we're seeing that sometimes that can actually have a not as good effect on that deep REM cycle like I was just discussing. So CBD usually has positive outcomes when it comes to sleep improvement. So just taking like a half a tincture, depending on what dosage you need, is a good place to start. So that you can get for yourself, friends, family with code DC5, save you $5, and it's a good product just to have year round. So other staples that I typically use, this one I've preached on, you guys already know, magnesium glycinate. I actually dose my magnesium up higher at night to help me go to sleep, usually right before bed or like 30 minutes of going to bed. Depending on the person, your dosage is going to be different and vary, but we're looking at 200 milligrams up to 1,000 milligrams depending on the person. Second option, and this one I don't have any more of, but using the NuEthix Relax Liposomal and also pair it with Cort Eaze. There's a few different active ingredients. Specifically, we've got like NAC, GABA, melatonin, phosphatidylcholine. They all have a very good response to our cellular receptors, especially for relaxation and stress response. Like I was just talking about, a lot of reasons you can't sleep, it's because of that extra stress from the body, whether you're in prep or not. So if you're having trouble going to sleep at night, in your pre-bed routine, try and get that stress out of your head, do a journal activity, watch something on Netflix with your partner for a little while, and then kind of unwind at night, watch a movie or read a book, whatever it is. Then I usually do 2 droppers of this and then 2 capsules of Cort Eaze about 30 minutes before bed. That's another option. So then we got 2 other supplements that are from the same company. So MorphoRem and MorphoCalm you can use for that stress response as well. MorphoCalm specifically is more for hormone balance and that cortisol effect, because it does have a few compounds that help with estrogen detoxification, stress from the kanna, and it's got phosphatidylserine as well as a high dose of ashwagandha, which we've seen in many studies helps with stress response. So you can take this throughout the day, not necessarily right before bed, but then when you pair it with the MorphoRem, which is specifically formulated for sleep, this is like loaded down. So depending on how bad your adrenals are and your sleep is, usually you start with 3 or 5 capsules and then you can increase the dosage from there. But you guys, it's got a ton of stuff: 5-HTP, zinc, melatonin, ashwagandha again, valerian roots, L-tryptophan, which if you know about turkey releasing L-tryptophan, it helps with sleep. GABA, which is extremely important for sleep. So L-theanine. These 2 paired together, super helpful when it comes to stress and sleep. Code David10 gets you a discount, checkout, free shipping all year round. So last but not least is a combination that I do as well. And like I said, these are all options that I use throughout the year, and I try and cycle my supplements. A lot of people ask me, when do you take your supplements? When do you take a break from your supplements? And I was like, it depends. You don't really want to have to stick to supplements year round. Like, that's not the goal, because your body does get adapted to them. But needless to say, you need to find what works for you and then take a break from it so that when you start using it again, your body's more responsive. Last but not least, I've recently been doing FadeOut with 5-HTP. Reason I add 5-HTP is because it's not in FadeOut, and I find for myself, I really benefit from having 5-HTP for my sleep aids. But FadeOut is actually a powder, so you can either do a dry scoop with water or put it in a little water cup. Don't do it right before bed or you have to pee, so that defeats the purpose of trying to get a full night's sleep. But this one has a few different natural herbs than what the MorphoRem does, and like the one of my favorites is the hops, and it also has some L-arginine, which I believe MorphoRem does not as well. So these are a few of my sleep aids to help me get better shut-eye. The past few nights I've gotten like probably 5.5 to 6 hours of straight sleep, which for me is pretty good, like I was telling you guys. So this past couple of days has just been working on the presentation, body composition changes, and my posing is going to be a little bit different than what I've shown in the past few videos, which I'm excited about. Feeling more confident and having more of an upbeat energy when I'm posing, a little bit more fun vibe. So I'm actually posing with a different posing coach tomorrow to work on my routine a little bit more and just dial everything in.